Do you remember the last homily that you had for a school mass? Do you remember? I forget. I go to church every Sunday, and sometimes I forget what the priest says in his homily. That time when he talks after the proclamation of the gospel is called a homily or a sermon. They give a speech. Once I was going out of church, and somebody gave me a high five. They said, "Good speech, Father." I hope. Anyway, I hope it was.
They remember we were all going out in the water on the Chesapeake.
Really?
Yeah, we were on the boat. We were going to go.
So I have difficulty sometimes remembering what the priest says. So what I've done for myself now is every time I hear the priest in church talk, I think first he's going to say something that I'm going to be educated. I'm going to learn something. There's something for my head. There's something that I'm going to learn. There's something that the priest is going to teach me, and I'm going to learn, right? Second is, the priest is going to say something that moves my heart, that invites me to change my life or do something, right? And so, he's going to say something from my heart, and also, at the end of the homily, I want to feel like, well, no, what should I do now that I've heard that message? What should I do? So if you hear a priest talk in church, you can always say, well, what am I going to learn? What's for my head? What is he going to do to help change my heart, to move me and make me a better person? And then always, what should I do? There's something for my hands. Ready? Head, heart, hands. Head, hands, heart. Hands, heart, head. So we're going to start with our heads, all right? Pope Francis has called for a Jubilee year of hope. It's an awesome thing. It's a Jubilee celebration. Do you know what the word Jubilee means? You know where that word comes from? So Jubilee comes from a Hebrew word, Jobel. Jobel. Say that with me. Jobel. Jobel. It means a trumpet or a horn. And so when the Jewish people in the Old Testament, in the Hebrew scriptures, heard the sound of the Jobel, the horn, they knew it was good news. Dun, da, da. I can't make the sound really. Do you know what onomatopoeia is? Who here knows what onomatopoeia is? Quick, tell me what it is. It's words that sound like what they are, right? So Jobel is actually one of those onomatopoeia words, and so is Jubilee. Da da da, Jubilee, wonderful, awesome, great things. And for the Jewish people in the time of Moses and all the prophets that we hear about, it meant what? 50 years, every 50 years, it meant what? That if you were in debt, your debt was forgiven. All right? If you were in prison, you were let out. If you lost something like your land or your house, it was given back to you. It was a what? Do-over, reset. Do you know what a do-over is? Sure, everybody knows what a do-over is. You're playing sports and you miss the basket, or you're swinging and you miss, right? And you say, wait, let me do that over. All right? Or you don't do well on a test and you go to the teacher and say, please let me do that over. Right? A do-over is a start, a restart, starting over. Now in the church, we do that in our Catholic church every 25 years. It's a jubilee. And what? It's a time for forgiveness for our sins. It's a time to what? Rededicate ourselves to the charitable works of the church to help our neighbor. It's a time what? When we should pay attention to those who are sick, people who are poor and in need, those who are migrants, those people who are traveling from one country to another, seeking what? A better life, food, clothing, shelter, healthcare, education, all those wonderful things. It's a jubilee year. What's jubilee mean? It's a horn or a trumpet. It's a sound, a loud noise. And so as we start the Jubilee of Hope, we want to make a loud noise, say what? This is a great year. A year of God's love, a year of God's mercy and forgiveness. Da, da, da! So sound the trumpet, sound the horn. That's something for our brains. What does Jubilee mean? Well, that word means a horn or a trumpet. And in the old scriptures, the Old Testament, it was what? Every 50 years. In our church, it was every 25 years. So that means the last Jubilee year was in what year? We're in 2025. When was the last Jubilee year? 2000. So some folks here remember that. Not all of us, but some of us do. 25 years ago. And it's a year of grace and blessing. So that's for our heads. What's for our hearts? Well, Pope Francis has a very interesting way of describing sadness and hopelessness. Hopelessness, being without hope, means what? That you're alone? Nobody wants to be alone, right? That you don't have help? We all want help, don't we? Sure we do. And it means that the future is uncertain or in question or doubtful. To be hopeless means to be alone, without help, and not to have a future. Who wants that? And so if you take it and flip it, then what is hope? The Pope, our Holy Father Francis, is saying what? Hope means that you're not alone, that you have help, and that together we build a bright future. And so during this Jubilee year, think, are you alone? No, you have mom and dad and brothers and sisters. You have your church and school family. Do you have help? Yeah. Certainly you do. You have help from those same people, right? Mom, dad, family. You have help from your brothers and sisters, from your teachers, your school staff and administration, your church family, right? With Father Mike and everybody who's here at the parish or whatever church you attend. Certainly we have a lot of hope because we have people in our lives that are with us and they help us, and together we have a bright future. Isn't that what Catholic schools do? Provide a bright and beautiful future for everyone, all of the students. And so we are full of hope. We are full of hope, right? Are you full of hope? Certainly you are. What does hope mean? Hope means I'm not alone. I have help and the future looks awesome. Right? Let me say that one more time. What does hope mean? I'm not alone. I have help, because I can always ask somebody for help, right? I'm terrible at math. And I always have to ask for help with math, but I'm really good at Spanish. Yo hablo muy bien el español y puedo pues hacer cualquier cosa que necesito en el español. Para mí no hay problema. But other things I have difficulty with, and I have to ask for help. But you know what? I have a bright future too. All of us do. Because we're together to encourage each other, to offer each other love and friendship and care. That we care for each other. So for our heads, we learn that Jubilee means what? It's a horn. It makes a lot of noise, and every 25 years we do a reset. God's love and mercy is abundant for us. For our hearts, what we really realize is this. When we're alone and feeling sad and by ourselves, we remember Jesus is with us. And so we're never really alone because Jesus is in our hearts with us. He loves us and cares about us. And remember, too, that Jesus will help us in every way, right? That we need. We just have to ask him. He'll give us his grace, his mercy, his love, and his help. And Jesus provides a bright future for us, not just here on earth, but one day, hopefully, in heaven. That when humanity was alone in its sin, facing death, God the Father sent Jesus the Son to be with us, to be our Redeemer, and offer us salvation. And that salvation, we experience it right here and right now, and one day in the fullness of the kingdom and the life to come in the glory of heaven. That's for each of us. That Jesus is with us, we're not alone. He helps us, and he gives us a bright future. We got the head part, we got the heart part. Now what's the hand part? Are you ready? Put your hands out. What do you got in your hands? What's in your hands? Did you say nothing? You got nothing in your hands? Are you serious? You got nothing in your hands? Actually, you got a lot going on in your hands right now. Put your hands out there. What do you got in your hands? You can go to somebody and say what? With your hands out. You know what? You're not alone. I'm here to help you. And together we're going to do good things. What you got in your hands is hope. Put your hands out. What's in your hands? What's in your hands? Say it one more time. What's in your hands? Okay, who can, ask this question. Who can spell hope for me? Father Mike, spell hope for me. Spell it.
A-E-S-U-S. Oh, you mean H-O-P-E.
Oh, H-O-P-E. No. All right, anybody else can spell hope for me, quick. H-O-P-E. No. I bet if the Archbishop was here, we could ask an Archbishop, he would know. Anybody? Yes, with your young man with your hand up right there. Huh? J-O-P-E. I can't hear. J-E-S-U-S. All right. Okay, so repeat after me. How do you spell hope? H-O-P-E spells me. I have hope, and I can share it with others. H-O-P-E spells me, because I can be hope for others, right? What did we learn? It's a reset, the Jubilee year. We sound the trumpet, the good news. We're going to make everybody happy by what? Giving them another chance at life, happiness, peace, joy, compassion, mercy, forgiveness. And taking the next step, hope means what? You're never alone. You always have help. The future is bright. And help, right, that comes from our hands. That we can be hope for each other. That when we reach out our hands in love and friendship and kindness and compassion and mercy, what is that offering? It's offering hope. That I say to people, you're not alone. I'm here to help you. And together we're going to make a bright future. H-O-P-E spells me. H-O-P-E spells me. 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 And you, when we, like Jesus, open our arms, our hands to others and say, you're not by yourself, you're not alone. I can help you, I will help you, and together we'll make a bright future. That's what this Jubilee year is all about. Now, I said something at the beginning of the Mass. I was trying to make a little bit of a joke, and it didn't really go so well, but I tried. I don't like that we call this Catholic Schools Week. And why? I'm saying W-E-A-K is weak, right? I'm sad, I got no energy, got no enthusiasm, I'm weak, right? So, when I say we should say Catholic schools strong, what makes us strong? Hope. Hope makes us strong. Because our schools, our Catholic school, gives us a lot of hope. Because here you are never alone. Here you have help. And here you're preparing for a bright, awesome, and wonderful future. Right? So stand up, everybody. Here we go. One more time. We're going to try this. This is what we call Catholic Schools Strong, right? We're going to change it. Not Catholic Schools Week. It's Catholic Schools
Strong.
And H-O-P-E spells me. Me and you. And so today we learned something we got something for our heads, right? We learned something. We got something for our hearts, right? We got something for our hands, all right? But most of all, what we remember is that we have hope, and we can be hope for each other. All right? So let's try it one more time. Let's do it just this side, right? And let's see if this side, how we can do. Wait, we're going to do the choir on their own, I think. We'll save them to the end. Let's just, these two sections. Repeat after me. H-O-P-E. 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 Oh, but you got to be louder than that because they're going to drown you out. H-O-P-E. H-O-P-E. Spells me. Okay, let's try it over there. H-O-P-E.
H-O-P-E.
Oh, wow. There is strength on that side of the church. What happened over here? I think you didn't get your coffee this morning. Okay, let's try it with H-O-P-E.
H-O-P-E.
Spells me.
Spells me.
Now I think we're in for it right here. Are you ready, choir? Are you ready? H-O-P-E.
H-O-P-E.
H-O-P-E. Spells me. It is. It spells me and you and all of us together. Jubilee year of hope, we commit ourselves to be hope for each other, that no one is alone, everybody has help, and everybody has a great future in Jesus, right? So H-O-P-E.
H-O-P-E.
Spells me. What does it spell? Me.